In the land of Zorah, a miracle was about to unfold. A barren woman was blessed with a son, Samson, a child destined for greatness. In a time when miracles were rare, this was a beacon of hope, a sign of divine intervention. The prophecy of Samson's birth was not ordinary. It carried a promise of strength and power. The angel of the Lord declared to his parents, "He will begin to deliver Israel out of the hands of the Philistines." The boy was to be a Nazirite, set apart for God from birth. He was to drink no wine, eat nothing unclean, and never cut his hair. These were the conditions, the Nazirite vow, a sacred covenant with God. In return, he was endowed with supernatural strength, a force unmatched and unrivaled. Little did they know this child of promise would grow into the strongest man the world had ever seen. As Samson grew, his strength became legendary, but his weakness for women was his undoing. This paradox of power and vulnerability is a key theme in Samson's life. Samson, a Nazirite set apart by God from birth, was blessed with superhuman strength. His feats of power were legendary. He tore a lion apart with his bare hands and slaughtered 1,000 Philistines with the jawbone of a donkey. Yet the most formidable man of his time was not without his flaws. His first love was a Philistine woman. To win her hand, he set a riddle to her kinsmen, promising them 30 sets of clothes and linen garments if they could solve it. When they couldn't, they manipulated his wife into revealing the answer. In his anger, Samson killed 30 men to fulfill his promise, only to find his wife given to another man. This was the beginning of a pattern. Then came Delilah, the woman who would be his downfall. Enchanting and manipulative, she was employed by the Philistines to discover the secret of Samson's strength. 3 times Samson lied to her, and 3 times she attempted to use his false confessions against him. But love, or perhaps infatuation, blinded him. He finally confessed that his strength lay in his uncut hair, a symbol of his covenant with God. Delilah betrayed him, and Samson, once invincible, was reduced to a prisoner, his eyes gouged out, his strength gone. Yet even in his weakened state, he never lost his faith in God. He was a man of immense strength, brought low by his desires, yet he never let go of his faith. This is the paradox of Samson's life. In his downfall, we see a man of immense strength, brought low by his desires. Yet through his trials and triumphs, we learn that even the strongest among us have weaknesses. And ultimately, it is our faith and our ability to acknowledge and overcome our flaws that define us, not our strength alone. This is the story of Samson, a tale of strength, temptation, and redemption. Blinded and broken, Samson found himself a prisoner. Yet, in his darkest hour, he rediscovered his faith. Stripped of his strength, Samson was captured by the Philistines, the very people he had spent his life battling against. The enemy had finally triumphed, reducing the once mighty warrior to a mere spectacle for their amusement. But let's not mistake this for the end of Samson's story, for it's often in our most desperate moments that we find our true strength. As the Philistines reveled, Samson was left alone with his thoughts. He had time to reflect on his life, his choices, and his relationship with God. In his solitude, he found repentance, and through repentance, he found his faith again. In the midst of his torment, Samson turned to God in prayer. He asked for his strength to be restored one last time, not for vengeance, not for glory, but to fulfill his divine purpose, to deliver his people from their oppressors. And God, in his infinite mercy, answered his prayer. The Philistines, in their arrogance, brought Samson to their temple to make a mockery of him. Little did they know they were setting the stage for their own downfall. With renewed strength from God, Samson positioned himself between the 2 central pillars of the temple. With a fervent prayer on his lips and determination in his heart, he pushed against the pillars. As the temple crumbled, so did the power of the Philistines. In one final act of sacrifice, Samson chose to give his life for the freedom of his people. His strength was not in his hair nor in his muscles. His strength was in his faith, a faith he rediscovered in his darkest moments. In his death, Samson found redemption and fulfilled his destiny. His story serves as a powerful reminder that no matter how far we may stray, it's never too late to turn back, to rediscover our faith, and to fulfill our purpose. The tale of Samson is a tale of strength and weakness, temptation and redemption, faith and destiny. It's a narrative that echoes through the ages, whispering lessons of humanity, faith, and the power of redemption. As we delve deeper into Samson's life, we uncover these lessons, etched in the canvas of his journey, waiting to be gleaned by those who seek. Firstly, we learn about the profound consequences of breaking vows. Samson was a Nazirite, set apart for God from birth, yet he repeatedly broke his vows, succumbing to the temptations of the world. His actions led to his downfall, demonstrating the importance of faithfulness and integrity. Secondly, Samson's life teaches us about the dangers of temptation. Despite his supernatural strength, Samson was not immune to the allure of temptation. His infatuation with Delilah led him to reveal the secret of his strength, resulting in his capture. This underscores the importance of wisdom and discernment, reminding us that true strength lies not just in physical might, but also in the power of the mind. Thirdly, the story of Samson underscores the power of faith. Despite his flaws, Samson never lost his faith in God. In his darkest hour, blinded and humiliated, he turned to God for strength, and his prayer was answered. This teaches us that faith can provide solace and strength in our darkest hours, and it is never too late to turn to God. Finally, Samson's life presents a poignant lesson on redemption. Despite his missteps, Samson was able to redeem himself in his final act, using his strength to defeat his enemies. This highlights the possibility of redemption, no matter the gravity of our failures. Samson's story reminds us that even in our weakness, we can find strength. And in our failures we can find redemption. Through his life we learn that our greatest strength lies in our faith and integrity, and our greatest triumphs can arise from our deepest failures. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more empowering content. Together we are stronger. Thank you for watching.